This week, I want to talk about when God is silent. And I say that because this past week, or this past few weeks rather, I've been struggling with a decision and I've been praying. I won't even say it's in the past week. It's been a while. I've been struggling with this decision. I've been trying to make that decision, but I couldn't get a hand of what God wanted me to do. And I kept praying. I fasted, I prayed. And then one day I was actually praying. And then I was like, okay, God, why are you silent? Why are you not talking? I need you to help me make this decision. I need to hear from you. And the Holy Spirit said to me that, why will God talk if he's already spoken? And I was like, what do you mean by God has already spoken? I didn't hear anything. And the Holy Spirit said, you need to retract your steps, retrace your steps, retrace the messages you've received, retrace the dreams you've had. And in there, you will see that God has spoken, but you did not hear, or you did not want to hear what God was saying. Because sometimes, yes, God will give us instructions, and because it's not in line of what we were thinking or what we were expecting, then we kind of not hear God, but God will wait for us, because when He's spoken, He's spoken. And so when the Holy Spirit said that, and I went back, the good thing is that I do a lot of journaling. I journal my thoughts, I journal my dreams, I journal the messages I receive. And so I went back and I started reading back to as far back as last year, just to know if God actually spoke, and I did not hear. And interestingly, I got to a point where I knew that, oh, yes, that was my answer right there. And I kind of ignored it. Why? Because it wasn't what I wanted to hear. That's just the honest truth. And so I want to encourage you out there today, if there is a decision that you've been struggling with and you're thinking, okay, what is God saying? Maybe it's time for you to retrace your steps. Maybe it's time for you to look inwards and see if God has actually spoken, but you did not hear, or you ignored it like I did, and go ahead and make that decision. I know sometimes when the decision is actually something we don't want to do, we tend not to hear God. Yes, we tend not to hear God. But I know that God speaks, and we just need to listen. We just need to be restful to hear God. In order to hear God, you have to shut out every other noise. Like I said, I fasted and prayed, and I focused on hearing God. And yes, He spoke to me through the Holy Spirit. And I pray that whatever decision you're trying to make, whatever crossroad you are right now, that the Lord will help you to make the right decision. The Holy Spirit, you will hear the voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk therein. And I pray that you have a blessed week.